This is our normal quarterly meeting. It is not really a public forum as much as we've got, but understand the need to talk at this time. If you will, when we get to this point, I think Jim Modlin represents most of the people in this room.
I would say so.
I would like to let him speak for the group if you could, when you come down to it. Have a roll call of the members, Nancy. You got that with you?
Right there. Solid.
Dee Gillespie? Here. Delano Benefiel?
Here.
Eric Story? Wayne Yoakum? Here. Bill Hood? Here. Is Mr. Cliff here?
Cliff?
Scott Cliff here.
And there's Aaron.
Hey, Eric.
Not out here.
Okay, so he not being here, I would like to hear from Mr. Modlin and then let him represent the situation. My basic viewpoint is the fact that I don't know if Mr. Cliff was really prepared to make a statement or address the issues. There's a lot of work that's got to be done when you start talking about landfills. Basically, I'm not in favor of landfills, okay? So I want y'all to understand that. But what I would like to do is I would like to get Mr. Modlin to speak for the group, if you will. Yeah, Charlie?
Mr. Chairman, if I might,
Okay.
and I tried to send out an email this afternoon, it got returned, most everybody. But anyway, you know Lawrence County's passed what's known as the Jackson Law, for those that haven't seen it. It's got very stringent requirements regarding public notice, public hearings, what kind of plans you've got to submit, and all the hoops one has to jump through. So you've got nothing to decide right now. There's nothing before you. It would take a year or two to even develop the plans, I'm sure, great expense. So whatever Mr. Cliff is intending on doing, he's got to start and then come ask. So if anybody's got any questions of the Jackson Law, it was passed, Lawrence County enacted it in 1992, and it's for counties that don't have comprehensive zoning, and any new landfill's got to be approved by the county commission. And you've got certain standards by which you've got to go and criteria to follow, but until he gives you some information how he meets those criteria, you don't have a decision to make. And you can't make a decision. You can't make a deal. You can't do anything else because you don't know. So for whatever that's worth, I don't think you have much to worry about.
Yeah, and I'd like to kind of comment on that and carry a little bit further. Simply what I was trying to do is give a man some time to talk. Okay? Then I found out what he was wanting to talk about, and then I kind of went to the neck and handbasket after that. So I was just trying to give a man time to talk. I would like to see what Jim's got to say.
Sure.
Well, I see a
Got
lot
over
of people.
100 people in the stairwell down here. Can't we have this meeting somewhere else where we can all come in and hear? There's so many people that are concerned about this, and nobody can hear what's going on in here. How is this fair? You said you were going to take it to a bigger building. Can't we go to the bigger building so you can serve
Excuse me, ma'am.
people that are
Who
concerned?
told you it was going to a bigger building?
You are?
Who told you it was going to a bigger building?
It was in the paper.
No one's ever contacted
So
me.
you're not going to take it to a bigger
We
building?
don't need to. He's not here.
He's not
You
here.
have a lot of concerned people that want to express
We
themselves.
will take care of your concerns. We are here for you. We're here to help you.
He's not here.
He's not here. There's no need to move everybody over there, then move them back. I mean, Jim can talk for you, and you can talk to him. There's no need to get torn down about this. I understand you don't want a bell field or landfill in your backyard.
They don't know what's going on out there.
Okay. But, I mean, what we want to do is look at Jim Modlin talk. He's not here. Mr. Cliff is not here to present his program. All right? So I'm going to let the representative of this group speak to the room.
Well, I see a lot of people here that could do better with talking to the group and letting the group know. But I feel like I'm representing most of the people here. And most of the people in my district, most of the people all the way to Summertown, all the way to South Market, on the other end of the county on Highway 64, I have yet to find anyone who wanted to put a dump out in the area that it has been proposed. I've also notified county government and Lewis County. They were not aware of it at all, but they would be aware of it if we have a dump located there, because it's downhill right into a nice NACO 1000 trails. There's all kinds of reasons not to have it, but I really am here to thank the people for showing up. I appreciate it, and I realize they can't all hear me, but that's good for them, they can't. But anyway, I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for the turnout. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I want to allay everybody's fears. This board, this commission, we cannot make any decisions, okay? We cannot do that. It's going to take a year or plus just to do the preliminary if he decides to continue this. So it's nothing's going to happen immediately at all, probably. That's like Jim says, that's a beautiful place out there. It rolls right into Buffalo River eventually. And so, you know, we've got to be aware of that. You have a lot of old farms out there and old people. And I just don't see that being something that's going to fall in and go south on you guys. I do appreciate the concern. I think you're always concerned when you hear something like this. But it's not that he's nowhere near close enough to do anything, okay?
Is it the land zoned to where it's possible it can happen?
I think if he goes through the operational permit part of that and the performance, he's going to find out, as Jim said, it's not fit for that type of thing, you know. You can't just put one anywhere. They got to meet a lot of hoops, got to jump through a lot of hoops to get everything done. And his financial responsibility is huge. You've got to know who's behind him, what the trust is. There got to be money entrusted for years. You don't go to the bank and borrow money and say, I'm going to put a landfill in. You've got to have a big bucket of money somewhere just to get the preliminary. There are wells that's got to be done, liners got to put in, testing has got to be done, and there's just the operational, but it's got to go on forever and ever and ever. You just don't put one in and it starts paying for itself. You know.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
I'd just like to reiterate to the people that's here to just give them a little more assurance as of one commissioner that's in Loretta. I'm not for a dump in Lawrence County. I'm not going to be voting for one.
Make that two.
So right now, we just gotta wait and see what you
Just
want.
wait and see what
What's gonna happen. Right now, nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing can
Right
happen.
now, it's just in its first stages. And so y'all are gonna keep us informed is what we wanna make sure that we're gonna be informed and notified somehow that we're notified so we can show up for these days.
There will be at least 3 public notices.
Okay.
I mean, they're just notice upon notice upon notice. Ricky, you know, I've worked these things for years. I had experience with the Murray landfills. I closed both of those up. I was with Murray, so I kind of know what he's got to jump through, what hoops he's got to do right here. He's got a lot of work for
Well, if you made time for him on the agenda and he didn't show up and this was specifically time for him or a representative for him, then this was
This is
all.
not specifically for him, though.
He didn't have to have a representative here?
Well, he didn't have a representative here, but this meeting is not for him.
No, we understand
Okay,
that's what the
yeah,
meeting's for, but
yeah.
he was on the agenda.
He was on the agenda, right.
And he didn't show up,
He
and he
didn't.
didn't send a representative to present
So
his
it should be
proposal.
just his proposal.
Should be null and void.
Well, I mean, you know, I can't say that, you know, but I don't, he didn't show, so I think that says something. Okay?
You got NACO, you know, Napier Lake, Laurel Hill Wildlife Management, and
I'm on
thousands of landowners that all brings a lot of people into Lawrence County spending money, you know, staying in motels, going to restaurants, going to stores. And I think it would be the wrong way to go.
There's a lot of people in that area that farm.
I
That's
totally
their living.
Right.
So before a landfill goes out there in the middle of my farm, I'm going to be well involved in what you're going to talk about. That's why I'm here.
Well, thanks so much.
I appreciate people's urgency, the fear of urgency in going on, but it's nowhere near anything like that. He got his cart from his horse.
Well, he's gotta go through our farm, our property to get to that 200 acres back there. And it's a easement, so he's gotta go through our property to get there. So,
I think we're talking about
He's going
details
to
right now that we don't have to talk about. I do appreciate everybody coming. I have a meeting to do. I got a lot of stuff to talk about that I'm required to do. Thank you for showing, but yes, ma'am.
I would love to ask a favor of our representative, Mr. Modry. Keep us informed. I'm just a drive down the road.
There you go.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you showing up.
Oh, I'll be back.
That's all we can do.